Hello everyone, welcome back to our series channel. Today we're having a Vanguard deck fight between Time Spiral Fist Dragon, Grauwind Dragon,
as well as the Fern collab card, Fern, first class mage.
Okay, without further ado, let us get started. Rock, paper, scissors.
Alright, I'll choose to go second.
Okay.
Right.
Stand up, Vanguard. Gear check of promising young talent.
Journey to Understanding Humans, Fern.
Okay. I'll take the first turn. I will discard a critical trigger to write Steam Fighter Gumil. I'll set the energy generator and I'll end my turn.
Right, my turn. Draw. I'll discard Zoltrack to write Master and Pupil, Fern and Fern. Since I went second, I'll start with 3 energy. The grade 0 Fern's ability, I'll draw 1. The grade 1's ability, I'll look at the top 7 cards of my deck. I'll add up to 2 normal orders from the Fern series to my hand. I'll play the normal order, Zoltrack for my drop zone. I'll bind it, pay the cost of 1 energy blast. I'll choose one of my opponent's rearguards to retire. If I did not retire a rearguard, or if my Vanguard is grade 3 or higher, my Vanguard gains 5000 power. I'll move to the battle phase. My Vanguard will attack your Vanguard.
I will not guard.
Okay. Drive trigger check. No trigger.
Okay. Damage check. No trigger.
Right. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Stand and draw. I will discard Gear Parrot to write Steam Fighter Gukisha. Gumil's ability, when it's ridden by Gukisha, so +1. Draw 2 cards from my deck. Then I may reveal a normal unit from my hand. I'll reveal Gear Parrot from my hand to put it on my deck. If I do not reveal a normal unit, I will have to discard 2 cards from my hand. I'll call Servant for Creation and I'll move to the battle phase. My Vanguard will attack your Vanguard.
I'll call it with a critical trigger.
Okay. Drive check, no trigger. Servant for Creation will attack your Vanguard.
I'll call it restock.
Okay, I'll end my turn.
Stand. Draw. I'll discard Zoltrack to write New Daily Life, Start, Fern and Fern. I'll look at the top 7 cards on my deck for up to 2 Fern normal orders. I'll play the order card, Zoltrack for my drop zone. I'll bind it, pay 1 energy. I will choose one of your rearguards to retire. I'll play Wizard of Peaceful times Fern. This card is counted as Tayfog, so I'll use the ability since I played a normal order this turn, so +1. Get the top 5 cards on my deck. I'll call Naturally Gifted Priest, same. I'll call Subjugating the Iron Sum, Fern. Energy +3, I'll draw 1 card. I'll move into battle phase. The rearguard Fern will attack your Vanguard.
I will guard with Armotis.
My Vanguard will attack your Vanguard.
Okay. I will guard with Diabudol Bethany.
Drive trigger check. Critical trigger. I'll give all effects to my rearguard, Fern. Boosted by Sane, Fern attacks. This is 28,000.
I will take the damage. First check, second check. No triggers.
Alright, that's the end of my turn.
Yep. Stand and draw. From my hand, I'll discard Noctuzio to write Time Spiral Fist Dragon, Grauwind Dragon. Noctuzio's ability, when it's discarded to write a grade 3, I will draw a card. Next, Gukisha's ability, when it's ridden by a Gear Dragon, I'll look at the top 5 cards on my deck. Then I may reveal a unit card from among the 5. I'll reveal Eternal Overburden Colossus. If it's a grade 3 or lower card, I call it to the rearguard circle. If it's not, it's added to my hand. If I do not reveal a card, Gukisha would call itself and also charge 1. Next, I'll use the ability of the Colossus I've just added to my hand. If my Vanguard's a Grauwind Dragon, Energy Blast 3, bind itself to draw 2 cards. Next, I'll activate the ability of a second Colossus to perform the same ability. Next, I'll call a Grauwind Dragon to the rearguard circle, call Servant for Gracia, and call a Mutis. I'll activate Grauwind Dragon's activated ability. I may bind a card for my soul. I'll bind the Grade 2, and if I do, I choose one of my opponent's rearguards and put it at the bottom of their deck. I will choose Fern. A Mutis continuous ability. If a rearguard was bound or put into the deck this turn, it gains power plus 2000 and grade plus 1. Okay, I'll move on to the battle phase. Boosted by Mutis, my rearguard Grauwind will attack your Vanguard for 23,000.
I'll guard with 15,000.
Okay. My Vanguard Grauwind will attack your Vanguard. When it attacks, I'll use its ability. Counter blast 1. And I may bind 2 rearguards. I'll choose Grauwind and Mutis. Next, I may search my deck for up to 2 cards whose total grade is equal to the total grade bound by this ability and call them to rearguard circles in the same column. As Mutis has grade plus 1, I may call a total of grade 5. I will call a Colossus and a Mutis for my deck. Likewise, this Mutis has additional 2000 as a rearguard was bound or put upon a deck this turn. Colossus ability. When it's called to a rearguard circle by my Vanguard Grauwind's ability, it gains ability based on the amount of total grades I have in my bind zone. Currently I have 14, so it only gains the first ability. If I have 10 or more, when it attacks, it gains 20,000 and at the end of the turn, it binds itself and I draw a card.
I'll guard with a heal trigger.
Okay. Twin Drive. First check. Second check. Critical trigger. I'll give all the effects to the Colossus. Servant for Gracia will attack your Vanguard for 10,000.
I will guard.
Boosted by Mutis, the Colossus will attack your Vanguard. And the ability it gains will activate to gain additional 20,000 power.
I'll take the damage. First check, heal trigger. All effects my Vanguard. Second check.
At the end of the battle, a Mutis ability will activate. At the end of the battle that it boosted, if my Vanguard is a Gear Dragon with the Persona Right icon, I may bind itself to draw a card. Then I'll end the turn, and the Colossus will perform the same to bind itself, and I'll draw a card.
Discard. To right to first class mage Fern. I'll use Fern's ability. I'll discard a card from my hand. I can search for a Ubao land, Stark, Fern, Sane, or Heiter card from my deck from the top 7 that is grade 2 or lower. And I can call it to a rearguard circle. I'll call Fern. Analyzing the barrier Fern. Analyzing the barrier Fern's ability, we'll look at the top 5 cards of my deck. I'll add a normal order to my hand. Right. If I don't counter blast, I'll put a card from my hand to my soul. I'll use the ability of Zoltrak. I'll pay the cost. Bind it. I'll retire one of my opponent's rearguards. I'll give my Vanguard 5,000 power. My Vanguard also has the continuous ability. For every 2 Zoltraks, my front row gets 5,000 power. I'll use the ability of my Stark. If there is no other confronting the Lord of the Mountain Stark on the field, it calls itself out from draw. My Vanguard Fern's ability, when I play Zoltrak, counter blast 1, I will stand my Vanguard and then I'll attack your Vanguard with my Vanguard. The drive of this attack becomes 0. If my opponent's Vanguard is grade 3, he gains 1 drive. This is 23.
I will not guard.
Drive trigger check, critical trigger. I'll give the power and critical to my Vanguard.
Okay. Alright, damage check. First check, heal trigger. I'll give the power to Grauwind Dragon and I'll heal 1 damage. Second check, no trigger.
At the end of the battle, I stand my Vanguard again. Alright, I'll proceed on to the battle phase. Confronting the Lord of the Mountain Stark will attack your Vanguard. The effect given by analyzing the barrier of Fern. If my front row rearguard in front of Fern attacks without being boosted, gains 5,000 battle for that 5,000 power for that battle. So, and my Stark has a continuous ability that grants him 5,000 power as long as my Vanguard is grade 3 and above. So this is 25.
Oh god, with better knee.
Okay. At the end of the battle, if this is the first battle of this battle phase, I can Soul Blast 2. Now restand Stark. I'll attack your Vanguard with my Vanguard Fern. So this is 33.
I will guard with a Sentinel.
Okay.
I will discard a Nocturne Seal.
Right. Team Drive. First check, front trigger. Second check, no trigger. Boosted by Fern, Stark will attack the Vanguard.
The 5 is from itself.
This 5 is from itself.
And then the 15 is from the front trigger and Fern's ability.
Yep. Okay. So this is 33.
That 38.
Sorry, 38.
It's 38.
Yeah.
I will guard with Natalia. It gains shield plus 5,000 if my opponent's a grade 3.
Yep. Boosted by Sane, my Fern rearguard will attack your Vanguard. It gains 10,000 power if I have if I'm attacking grade 3 and I have 4 more rearguards, 4 more other units. So this is 43.
I will take another damage. No trigger.
Right. That's the end of my turn.
Stand and drop. I will Persona Ride. Type Spiral Fist Dragon. Grauwind Dragon. Draw a card. I'll activate Grauwind Dragon's ability. I'll bind a card from my soul. I'll bind Grauwind Dragon. And when I do, I'll choose Stark to put at the bottom of your deck. Then if you're grade 3 or greater, Grauwind gains power plus 5,000. I'll call Bira Lama to the Vanguard circle. If my Vanguard's a Gear Dragon, it gains additional 5,000 power and 5,000 shield. And then I'll call Ridicule Disruptor to the Vanguard circle. I'll proceed to the battle phase. Ridicule Disruptor will attack your Vanguard for 16,000.
I will intercept.
Bira Lama will attack your Vanguard for 28,000.
I'll guard with my front trigger. It gains 5,000 shield if my opponent's Vanguard is grade 3. So this is 33.
Grauwind will attack your Vanguard and I'll use its ability. Color burst 1 and I'll bind Bira Lama and my Sentinel. I'll search for a grade 4. I'll call Eternal Overburden Colossus. As I have 26 grades in my bind zone, the Colossus will gain the first 2 abilities. When it attacks, it will gain 20,000, and then at the end of the battle, I get counter plus 1 to stand itself. So Grauwind is attacking for 28,000.
I will not guard.
Swing Drive, heal trigger. I'll give the power to Colossus. Second check. No trigger.
I'll take damage. Damage trigger check. I'll give all effects to my Vanguard.
The Colossus will attack your Vanguard. When it attacks, it gains power plus 20,000. So this is 58,000.
I'll take the damage. No trigger.
The second granted ability, counter plus 1, it stands itself and it attacks again for 58,000.
I'll take the damage again. No.
Yep. I will end my turn. At the end of the turn, the Colossus will bind itself and I'll draw a card.
Alright. My turn. Stand. Draw. I'll use Fern's ability. Discard a card. Look at the top 7 cards of my deck. Fern's ability. I'll check top 5 cards. I'll add normal order. If I choose not to counterblast, I'll put a card from my hand into my soul. I'll play the order card, Soul Trap. Ping 1. Since you have no rear guards to retire, I'll just gain the 5k component. Fern's ability, when I play Soul Trap, counterblast 1. I'll stand my Vanguard, and then I'll proceed to make an attack on your Vanguard. This attack has 1 drive. This is 28.
I will not get it.
Drive trigger check. No trigger.
Okay. Damage check. No trigger.
I'll stand. I'll call. Wizard of Peaceful times. Period. So last one. Look at top 5 cards. Choose a normal one. I'll call a start. I'll move Naturally Gifted Priest Saint to Energy Charge 3. Right, I'll proceed to the battle phase. Start will attack your Vanguard. This is 25.
Oh god. With a huge trigger.
Right. Stark's ability, first battle of the battle phase, I'll Soul Blast 2. Restand. Boosted by Fern, Fern will attack your Vanguard. This is 36.
I'll guard with a Sentinel and I'll discard a critical trigger.
Twin Drive. First check. Second check. Heal trigger. Give the power to Stark. And I'll heal 1 damage. Stark will attack the Vanguard. This is 35.
I'll guard with 2 triggers.
Boosted by Fern. Fern will attack your Vanguard.
Okay.
This is 38.
I'll guard with a Sentinel. I have 1 card remaining in my hand.
Yep. That's the end of my turn.
Stand and drop. I will call Steam Gunner, Viva Llama. It has plus 5000 if my Vanguard's a Gear Dragon. Next, I'll call Gear Parrot of Eternal Glory. If my Vanguard's a Gear Dragon, it gains the following abilities. When it's placed on the Vanguard circle, I may choose a card from my drop zone or bind zone and put it on my deck. I'll choose the Colossus to put it on my deck. If I do, it gains power plus 5000. Next, I'll activate Grauwind Dragon's activated ability. I will bind the Great One for my soul to put Stark to the bottom of the deck. Next, I'll proceed to battle. With the Parrot, I will attack your rearguard. Next, Viva Llama will attack your Vanguard for 18,000. I'll take the damage. Damage check. Okay. Grauwind Dragon. Third, he would have additional 5,000 from his activated ability. I'll attack and then I'll use its ability. I'll bind Viva Llama and the Parrot to call the Colossus. The Parrot's ability, when it's bound from the Vanguard circle by my card ability, I may Energy Blast 3 to draw a card. So I will Energy Blast 3 and then I will draw a card. Next, the Colossus ability. I have more than 30 grades in my bind zone. And if I do, it gains all 3 abilities, with the third ability being critical plus 1.
Okay. So this is 1 pass.
Okay. Drive trigger check. Second check. No triggers. The Colossus will attack your Vanguard. When he attacks, it gains power plus 20,000.
For card, or 30,000.
Okay. Colossus ability, power plus 1, stand itself, and it attacks again.
For card with Sentinel, discarding fire regardless.
Okay. I will end my turn. The Colossus will bind itself, I'll draw a card.
Stand, draw. I'll play Analyzing the Barrier, free run. I'll use the ability of Fire Regardless to put it off play to look at the top 5 cards of my deck. And call a unit from there. I'll use Fern's ability to Energy Blast 3, draw. I'll play the Order card Soul Truck from my drop zone. When I play the Order card, I'll call Star. When I play Zoltron, con plus 1, I'll stand my Vanguard. My Vanguard will attack your Vanguard. This is 78.
I will not guard.
1 check.
Yep. Damage check. No trigger. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So welcome back. That has been the deck fight video between Time Spiral Fist Dragon, Grauwind Dragon,
As well as first class mage, Fern.
So here is the Grauwind Dragon deck list that we've used for the fight. It is a fairly simple deck list, including the support cards for Grauwind Dragon, like the Colossus, Biralama, and Amutis. So on top of the regular support cards, we have opted to add in Forbidal and Amutis. Amutis is useful when as a 20k shield in a pinch, and more importantly, when called off Grauwind Dragon, it allows you to countercharge, which allows you to secure the one last counterblast needed for example, Colossus' second attack. And Forbidal is the regardless piece of choice, as it can add Colossus to your hand, as its first ability is a powerful ability to draw 2 cards by energy blasting 3. So during the fight, unfortunately, Biralama was not in my drop zone. He also has the ability to return itself from the drop zone to the rearguard circle with just energy blast 3 if a card was bound during your turn. And finally, we have Servant Falcracia as just a generic beater, and the ability to add a high grade card into the soul, so we may bind a high grade card with Grauwind's first ability. And finally, we have the promotional cards that are usually associated with Chrono Jet before Grauwind Dragon. As they only require Gear Dragon, they are also very useful in this deck, especially their abilities to return a card from the bind zone to the deck, so you will always have a Colossus to call of Grauwind Dragon. And so that is all for Grauwind Dragon.
Alright, so for the first class mage Fern, the deck runs the core of the Fern as well as the Star. So when you run Fern, you are sifting out your deck for your Soul Track copies as much as possible. And you run Stark because you are going to play a normal order almost every turn if you can do it. And Stark will ensure that you can call it back from the drop as long as you don't have another Stark on the field. So these 2 cards ensure that you have a consistent field. And because Stark requires Soul to do its multi-attack, you generally don't counterblast with Fern, so they can put Soul Trap copies into your Soul, so they can Soul Blast it out and then play it from the drop later. Because Fern's Grade 3 activate ability allows you to discard cards from your hand in order to call out cards to your field. So your targets can be Sane, Fern or Stark. You are able to also replenish your field in that way, and you can generally discard cards like your Soul Truck copies or the Fire Regardless that I have chosen to play. This Fern Grade 2 is also regarded as default. Since you're playing normal orders every turn, you're going to be able to use the extra soul that you have to Soul Blast out your Soul Truck copies and be able to replenish your field or regain, sift out extra Soul Truck copies into your hand. Right. The trigger lineup is crit fronts. So why I choose to run fronts is because your Vanguard is going to be attacking in the main phase, and this helps to boost up your next attack as long as you have the correct field. So generally, if you don't have a front line, like because Stark or the Tayfall, you want to play Tayfall after you play the normal order, but because your Vanguard is locked in to attack after you play Soul Trap, you generally want to move some of the boosters in front so that you can let them gain power from fronts. Then later you move back and then you can play your Tinfoil. Start will not suffer from this because start can be called out after you play Soul Trap. Yep. Yeah, so that's all for this deck profile.
Okay, so thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe for future Cardfight Vanguard deck fight videos.